Welcome to Missouri.
Over a vast amount of time, those calcite and mineral deposits will build up on each other, and that's how cave formations are created. So keep that in mind as we travel through today, because you will most likely get dripped on quite a bit. Just know that it's not a good cave tour until you bring some of it home with you, so you're welcome. We're going to have a couple of low spots before we reach our next stop. One of them is in front of us here. 50 feet on the driver's side, another low spot. So watch your head. We're going to enter into the twilight zone of the cave.
Watch your head.
Okay. And driver's side low ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. You never been here yet? You never been here?
No.
Really?
We never come down here.
All right. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Yes.
It's one of 3 zones in every cave system. Back behind us, if there weren't a door, that would be the light or the entry zone. That's where all the light would come into the cave. Up ahead of us, if those lights were not on, that would be the dark zone. Because, wait for it, it's dark. I'm just as surprised as you were, but here we are anyways. Now, the twilight zone is just where the light and the dark meet, and this is also the furthest that animals from outside would come into the cave in search of food or shelter, as typically there's nothing for them ahead in the dark zone. Now, speaking of food, over here on the left-hand side of the tram, we have the last remaining garden bed. Now, this garden bed was one of about 8 or so that was put in the cave in the 1930s. And minerals clog up the holes. When that happens, the water will then go around the formation instead of through it, and that's when we'll see stalactites. Now, any formation that grows from the cavern ceiling is considered a stalactite, but there is a special group called cave curtains or cave drapery, and that's these long, thin formations here.
This is quite enjoyable. Yeah. Oh
So in this area of the cave, we have something that you won't typically see in other caves, and that is a well casing. That's right. Now this well casing was put in here by accident in 1941 when the landowner above built a house. Of course, when you build a house, you need water, and he knew that this cave was beneath his property, and so he obtained permission from the owner to drill. After a few days of measuring on the surface, it was determined that if he put the well casing in this exact spot, that it would miss the cave by 10 feet on the other side of the wall. And he missed. Well, instead of risking more damage to the cave, the owner said it was okay for him to continue to drill for the well, and we're thankful he did so. Not only did he find the water he was searching for 50 feet beneath us in the lower level, but shortly after the well casing was put in, a cave curtain began to grow. That cave curtain is 79 years old this year. At 79 years old, it reaches just over 3/4 of an inch in length. And that's where we get our estimated growth rate of 1 cubic inch every 100 years. So the question for you all is, Oh, wait, here we go. Now, there are two places in the world that we can experience natural darkness. One of those places is the bottom of the ocean, and the other is in the dark zone of a cave, and that's where we happen to be. So naturally, I'm shutting off all the lights.
Yes.
Now, if you're afraid of the dark, it is okay to close your eyes, and we will tell you when it's over. But for now, if you guys can just turn off the excess lights to your electronic devices, we're going to greatly get a hold of somebody who brought in what we call indirect lighting. And that's where we took the lights from the ceiling and put them on the ground. Now, in 2017, we put LED bulbs in these light sockets here, and now we can see the cave and its formations for their natural beauty and incredible detail. Now, we were the first cave west of the Mississippi to have electricity, and we had it even before most of the major cities in our whole state. So even back then, we were still really cool. And though lighting is important to the cave, water is even more so. Just up ahead at our next few stops, I'm going to be talking about where the water comes from, how it exits our cave.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty pretty, yeah.
Where?
Go down in there.
Oh.
February 27th, 1867, the names of the first globe explorers written here on the wall.
Looks like a pad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right there. Oh, look. Yeah. 1868.
Char. Atlas has been holding up our ceiling for thousands of years, so we'd like to stop and thank you for your strength and dedication. Thank you, Atlas. Now, we do know that this did collapse for the final time several thousand years ago just by looking at the size of the formations in this area of the cave. Now, just up ahead is the last stop inside the cave, but it was the first place those 12 women had come in to explore it. So I'd like to show you guys what it looked like to them back in 1867.
God, look at this up there.
Yeah.
It had to have been earth.
What?
That up there?
Yeah.
Going all the way down?
Yeah.
What you hit?
That is it.
God. Really pretty. Really, really pretty.
Alright folks, well here in just a moment I will be turning the lights out again, but you are welcome to take photo and video as you please. But by turning out the lights, I'm able to show you
That's pretty pretty.
Yeah. That one, they're really pretty. Watch the ceiling. Your head. Yeah, this is very, very pretty. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Pretty.
goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright folks, now I just got to get this door open, so go ahead and take your last look around the cave before we exit.
What is it?
Huh?
Alright folks, last time, please wipe your head as you exit the cave.
pretty in there,
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
I saw a little hair toucher.
Jeez Louise.
God, that was the original entrance.
Yeah.